Hello YouTube, Brownell's Tech Tips here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to navigate and set up your primary profile. So it's going to be a secondary profile aside from your super user profile, but how to navigate and get around in Ubuntu, which is Ubuntu Gnome. So the first thing you'll notice up here on the right hand side, you have the network information, volume, and your power control. Select that. There's your volume control, there's your network connection, here's the user, you can log out and everything, and then you can get to settings from right here. So once you get into your settings, this is where you'll be going to make all of your major changes and everything else. So if you watch the video for how to set up and configure Ubuntu for use for all versions, it'll actually help get you going on this. And in this particular one, we're going to go set up the user real quick. So to add a new user is actually pretty simple. First you have to unlock this with your super user account, and then click the plus button, fill all this out, put in all your information. On this drop down here, do not select administrator, leave it standard. You can set the password now. Since you're not administrating someone else's account, it's yours. Set the password to what you want it to be, and then click add. If you're using an enterprise system, you can use the enterprise login. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend messing with that. Most people are not going to be. We're not going to go into that. Enterprise admins will know how to configure that ahead of time, so we're not even going there. So once you get it all put in, click add, and then the user will show up down here. And we're going to set password. And then all we got to do now is hit add, and you'll see the new one get added in there. Kablam! So now we're going to go ahead and lock this back and close it. And now we have the other user. So to navigate around in here, you're going to click on the activities up here. You will notice you have your workspaces over here. And then of course you have a dock right over here on the left hand side that'll have your common used apps. You can swap these out. To remove one, all you have to do is right click on it, click remove from favorites. We're going to remove the camera one. Go ahead and remove empathy, because I don't use empathy. I don't use Rhythmbox either, and I don't use the email system. I don't use Firefox. So now to get to your applications, you just click on here on show applications, and here are your applications. Now let's say you want to add an application. Well, to add it, you simply grab it, drag it right over, and let go. That's all you got to do. It adds the application to it. Okay, and then after you add the application to the tab, you can again dig around through all your applications. You can go to frequent to see what all you frequently use. You can go to all, or you can come up here and type in a search and look for very specific applications that you've installed. So that's a pretty easy way to get around in that. Now, one of the other things I highly recommend is, if you're going to do this, add terminal to your favorites on the side. That's going to save you a lot of time and trouble, and makes it where you won't have to go to that quite so much. Now let's say you want to change your display settings. You just right click anywhere on the desktop, go to display settings. You have on display, click on it, and then unknown display, and you'll identify whatever monitors you have hooked up, and then you can change your settings here. So we're going to cancel out of that and close out. Now right click on it again, go to change background to change your background, and we're going to change just the system's background. I like that one real well. So that's the one we're going to go to. Click select. That changes it over to that particular background. Now I can close that out. You can also right click here and go to settings, and it'll take you to the primary settings for the entire system. That's really pretty much it for navigating around in Gnome. Gnome's pretty simple, pretty easy to use, and pretty powerful. You can get around in it really easy. Now for your file system, it's just like all Ubuntu Linux file systems. Go to it, you have your home, your trash. To empty your trash, just right click right here, click empty trash. You got your videos, your network. You can go into your Windows network, pull up if you have any Windows file shares. You can pull the file shares up and swap files across back and forth. You have connect a server to map network drives if you need to, and then you also have computer, which will take you to the primary thing. Home is where your folder is, and the most important thing to know is var is where all of your logs are going to be. So your var folder is what you're commonly going to zip up and send to the developers if you have any issues and have to contact them for help and assistance. Most of the time, if you just Google the issue, you can probably figure out how to fix it and get around it. But that's going to be the main folder if you're having really serious problems that they're going to want. Go back to home. Your music and everything is under this. This is the main stuff that's going to be encrypted if you selected to encrypt your home folder. And really, that's pretty much it. So this information's out there for absolutely everybody. As always, watch, like, and share. Have yourselves a great day.